So the weather has changed. It is windy. Wind and rain is coming. We just somehow managed to put that bit of building wrap on in this rain and get that little ladder that you can see there up. It was a little bit stressful. So we've got to get build these ladder things for our overhang before we can put our roof on. There are many layers. What are we doing?
We're gonna try and drag this stove from here all the way across to the new addition.
How much does it weigh?
I don't know, people are guessing about 450 pounds. I don't think it's that much, but it's definitely pretty freaking heavy.
It took how many of us to get it up here?
Seven,
Seven,
but that was like lifting it overhead.
Seven. We have two.
We have two. Getting it on a deck. But I don't know, some ivory soap underneath the pallet.
We're going with soap. We're moving it with soap. That is what we are doing.
I think it'll work. I think a little bit of soap under there loosens it up, reduces friction, and
it just rained.
I feel like we've been lucky the last few days, and that this is gonna go well. Famous last words, but I think it will.
Let's see. So this morning we wrapped our building, and you can see at the back there we haven't cut those out yet, but it is all wrapped up. The roof is on. So
the membrane is on the roof.
The membrane. The tin still has to go on because of the wood stove and the pipe, but we moved the wood stove. The membrane is on the roof, and the membrane is around the building. And now we're going to put some windows in, and these are going to be the windows, which as you can see is pretty much the whole wall, which is pretty exciting because it's an awesome view. But yeah, so that's what we're doing this afternoon, and hopefully by the end of the day we'll have a fully dry, locked up building. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, building to lock up.
Building to lock up. We're just putting the windows in, and we got some whales. You won't be able to see them, but they're really close. Here they are. Two whalies. Two wallies. Humpback whalies. Oh, hello. usually what happens. Steve works and I say, whale! Oh! Good evening. Today we've had a bit of a cleanup day. Janie is arriving tomorrow, so we're sorting everything out and getting everything ready for more people. And it also means that I'm gonna have a little swim and my last shower. So today, luckily, it's nice and sunny. The weather's been up and down. So I'm gonna go for a little dip and then a shower. And then I'm gonna do yoga on the deck. And it's like a wonderful Sunday evening. Tide is a bit low, so I'm gonna have to pick my spot. And that's what happens when you flip on barnacles. Yesterday I slipped and fell when I went for a swim on the barnacles and scraped up my leg pretty bad, as well as my hand. So I've got all these like little holes in my hand. Today I just fell. I stepped on a board that wasn't fastened down and flipped over. Luckily not to the ground. I landed on another beam, landing on my palm and my knee. So I'm just a mess, really. Yeah, Steve popped a rib out like a week ago. We're just a mess. And like Steve said, we're just exhausted. We've been at it for almost a month now with no breaks. Like we had one day off due to weather pretty early on, but the rest of the time we have been at it for pretty much 10, 11 hour days on average. Sometimes longer, but most of the time 10 or 11 hours. Yeah, we've got another 10, 11 days of 10, 11 hour days. So that's a lot of time and we're just both exhausted. We're exhausted. But yeah, that's just a little realistic update. Many things have changed. There's Janie in that little plane. So there's 8 people here now. So from us 2 was quite a shock to the system. Back to work.